The NFL will host its first game in Ireland on Sunday when the Minnesota Vikings face the Pittsburgh Steelers in Croke Park. It is the latest in the NFL's international series, which will see games take place in Germany, Spain, the UK and Brazil this season. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says the league is weighing the potential for an international team, telling CNBC exclusively that markets outside the US are, quote, very, very attractive. Tom Chitty is at Croke Park ahead of the game. Tom, this is a fascinating one for those in Pittsburgh and Minnesota to see their teams on the international stage. But can I ask you, given there's, 40,000 Americans due, will the stadiums just be packed full of Americans, or do you think Europeans are going to turn up to watch the show as well?
It's a good question, Karen. It is something that I've discussed with a few stakeholders, key stakeholders involved in this game. Just to give you a lay of the land, this is Croke Park, the iconic Croke Park Stadium, 80,000 as you mentioned, and as you can see, they're all still getting ready for the game. Lines are being painted on the grass, the lawnmowers are out, and I think these goalposts are actually about to come down, but fear not, we should be fine. So all getting ready for what is going to be the first regular season NFL game here in Ireland, and the second of 7 international games, which is more than they've ever had before. Now, the NFL is a juggernaut. Its financial power compared to other sports leagues around the world, it blows them out of the water. And I have to say, I've been to an NFL game in London, and, you know, when you get to the stadium, it's great. You know, you really know you're in an NFL game. But it's different here. The whole city has been taken over by the NFL with flags, banners. And yesterday, we were actually at the NFL fan zone inside Dublin Castle, where they'd built a field goal in the courtyard of the castle. And I had a chance to sit down with the executive vice president of the NFL, Peter O'Reilly, and I asked him, are overseas games all about generating more money?
It's really less about the financials around the game itself. Obviously, you know, these games are profitable, but the games, I think we see them as a pebble drop. You drop a pebble, it ripples out well beyond the game itself. And if we are only coming in and playing a game, or are the circus coming to town, that's not going to be effective. This is around coming to a market, playing a game, and then creating year-round commitment, opening offices, creating flag football in schools, building media partnerships. So it's about the long game and being patient and introducing fans and being relevant and frankly humble, knowing that we've got a lot to learn and a lot to do, and we'll come in humbly and continue to build bonds and strengthen our fan base.
And strengthening that fan base has a lot to do with the Pittsburgh Steelers, because they've signed a 5-year agreement to come and play a game here in Ireland every year for the next 5 years. And there's a special connection between the Steelers and Ireland. Art Rooney, the founder of the Pittsburgh Steelers, his grandparents emigrated from Ireland in the 1840s, which adds to the anticipation, building for what should be a very special game here on Sunday.
In the vein of sharing culture, Americans bringing their famous football to the Irish, it feels as though the Irish are sharing something back, that being Guinness. I've seen so many comments about the players wanting to try the beer. What do you make of some of the upside for Ireland in terms of selling their culture?
Absolutely, Karen. I think, you know, I spoke to the Minister for Culture, Tourism, Media and Sport, Patrick O'Donovan, yesterday as well. And, you know, they've obviously put 10 million euros invested into hosting this game. But he expects that the upside generated from all of these Americans, fans from around the world coming into the country, coming into the city to come and watch this game will be huge. So I think, you know, the anticipation is building, and the fan base, I'm sure, will be growing after Sunday.
Tom, I know that we can't take a lot of tickets these days with our corporate policy, but are you staying for the game? Are you allowed to stay for it?
Unfortunately, I'm not. We're off flying today. And I'll just make one final point. It is also very difficult to find time in a packed UK sport and Irish sport calendar. You know, this weekend we're going to have Premier League games. We're also going to have the Ryder Cup with big, significant Irish involvement in that. And, you know, even the Minister, Patrick O'Donovan, he's heading to Bethpage today to go and watch the Ryder Cup. He's not staying for this game. So I think, it's hard to balance all of these competing sports and find space in that jam-packed sporting calendar.
Tom, I'm going to give you the chance to show off your football skills. This is your one chance. Oh,
that was a good catch.
With one hand. That's impressive.
So that's apparently these are pretty prized footballs and hard to come by. So I'm going to bring it back to the office and maybe I'll throw you a touchdown, Karen.
I'm impressed that you managed to present and catch. I mean, presenting and doing anything else, even walking, is quite difficult for most people. But presenting and catching, Tom, well done, you.